Good Wednesday morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for this Wednesday, April 24th. Looking at precipitation the past 7 days, we had quite a bit of wetness across central areas, especially eastern Nevada and western Utah. The green to dark green inch to maybe ½ inch of precipitation. Some snowfall in the highest terrain. On the right-hand side, you can see how much above normal this area was here in our central areas, but drier than normal, both to the north and to the south. New snowfall the past 72 hours. This is basically closer to 72 hours ago. We had quite a bit across the highest elevations, mainly above 8,000 feet, but locally lower in some spots. You can see the Uintas had a 1.5 foot of snow, as well as the highest peaks of the Tetons, even the higher terrain of central Idaho. In the yellow here, 6 to 12 inches of snow still occurred. We still have quite a bit of snow depth here for the last week of April as we go into May across much of central Idaho and trailing back in the higher terrain of Utah and western Wyoming, as well as the high Sierra and some of the highest peaks of northern Nevada. Satellite imagery shows that a weak high-pressure ridge is starting to nose in, but as has been the case over the past few months, storm track is very active, and here's another system in the Pacific that's starting to approach the west coast. Will play a role in our weather this weekend, so no prolonged high-pressure ridges, but the brief ridging in place will provide sunny, warm weather and some good afternoon dispersion, at least vertically. So this afternoon here is the upper level map showing the broad high pressure through here, moisture, some clouds of moisture on the light side pushing through central Idaho and western Wyoming. On the right hand side, dispersion looking really good here in the white. Transport flow out of the northwest, light across the western Great Basin, but increasing in speed as you go further north and east. Vertical mixing looks pretty good, several thousand feet above ground level, especially in those orange to red shades. And then for Thursday, high pressure ridge still in control, so still normal to above normal springtime temperatures through here. On the right hand side, areas in the white indicate excellent overall dispersion. Transport flow now starting to shift out of the southwest. You can see the best speeds here across the western Great Basin and across parts of western Wyoming. A little bit less in terms of speed across southeastern areas. Vertical mixing pretty much good in all areas, those yellows to oranges to reds. And on Friday, we do notice a trough of low pressure kind of pushing into the northern Rockies. We'll be in the southern edge of it, at least the northern portion of the Great Basin. Some good wind flow aloft, but definitely still good dispersion here. Areas in the white, everyone should have good dispersion, both horizontally with the winds out of the west and northwest. Some very strong speeds may be putting out of prescription across parts of Idaho, western Wyoming, and eastern Utah. Mixing heights vertically, no problems as well. Utah Clearing Index, areas in the orange to red indicate excellent overall dispersion. Decent today in those areas, and it gets really good towards the end of the week. Precipitation over the next 3 days is basically Wednesday morning through Saturday morning. Light amounts across the higher terrain areas of Utah and Nevada to parts of western Wyoming. Go further down the road into this weekend, dry air given by these tannish shades here across the Great Basin. We are neither under low or high pressure, so dispersion remains overall good with those areas in the white. Similar pattern again on Sunday. Some moisture across eastern Utah, but nothing too significant. Great dispersion. On Monday, a closed low starts forming over southern California, starts to pull in some subtropical moisture and develop it into southern Nevada, much of Utah, so maybe some increasing clouds, some showers in these areas, but dispersion remains overall good. And then that low phases with another low coming from the north, and we have a more established, almost a late winter type trough developing over parts of western Idaho, and lots of moisture here in Nevada, Utah. So we could see more widespread showers and wetness. Also maybe some snow levels, which could be coming down to near or below 8,000 feet for the highest terrain. And here's our overall dispersion through here. Wind flow circulating around that low pressure area. Precipitation over, this is basically Saturday afternoon through Monday afternoon. Just some light amounts across eastern areas, but more significant precipitation will occur towards later Tuesday into Wednesday next week with that low. The 8 to 14 day outlook, May 1st to May 7th. We're in May already. Cooler than normal across the northern Great Basin, slightly warmer to the south, but a wetter than normal signal across the entire Great Basin, especially Nevada and parts of Utah and the Arizona Strip. So the wet pattern continues into early May. Concludes our briefing. Have a great day.